Okay, so let's look at another question that says, the question says, sorry, 1 minute, let me just, okay, this question says, a rock climber is climbing up a 450 feet high cliff. They said that by 9:30 a.m., the climber reached 90 feet up the cliff, and by 11 a.m., he reached 210 feet up the cliff. If he climbs with a constant speed, so that constant speed now is our interest. And once we are able to get the constant speed, with that constant speed, we can now deduce whatever thing they want us to get from the question. If he climbs with a constant speed, by what time will he reach the top of the cliff? By what time will he reach the top of the cliff? Now, we first of all state that the height of the cliff that the climber is climbing to is 450. The height of the cliff, the height of the cliff, the height of cliff is equal to 450. That's the height of the cliff. Now, by 9:30, say the question says by 9:30, right? Say by 9:30 a.m. By 9:30 a.m. he's at 90 feet. By 9:30 a.m. he's at 90 feet. At 9:30 is at 90 feet. And at 11 a.m. he's at 11 a.m. he's at 210 feet. It's at 210. It's at 210 feet. So now the average rate at which he's climbing per hour, the average rate at which he's climbing per hour is going to be equal to the average rate of climbing. Average rate of climbing is equal to, we do 210 minus 90, then all divided by between 11 minus 9, 9:30, 11 o'clock minus 9:30. That will be 1 hour, 30 minutes, right? I think that will be 1 hour, 30 minutes. So 11 minus 9:30, that's 11 minus 9.5 hours. That 9:30 is 9:30, 9.5. That is 9:30. That's 9.5 hours. So this is going to be equal to, that's going to be equal to 210 minus 90 will give us 120 divided by, this should be 1.5, which is equal to 220 divided by 1.5 is going to give us 80. It's going to give us 80 feet then per hour. So this is the average rate at which the climber is climbing. Now the climber is climbing 450. So at this 11, remember that at 11 a.m., he has climbed 210. So after that 11 a.m., what is remaining will be 450 minus 210. So 450 minus 210 going to give us 240. So 240 is the height that is remaining. Since it's climbing at 80 feet per hour, so the time at which, the number of time at which it will climb this remaining 240 feet will be equal to 240 divided by 80. So this is going to be equal to 3 hours. So that's going to be equal to 3 hours. So go back to the question. See what the question said. What did the question say? The question says, if he climbs with a constant speed, by what time will he reach the top of the cliff? So by what time will he reach the top of the tree? We are now calculating from that 11 a.m. So from that 11 a.m. So from that 11 a.m., we add another 3 hours. 11 a.m. at 11 a.m. plus 11, 12, 1, 2. So between 11 a.m. plus another 3 hours, we're going to have 2 p.m. So you will get to the top of the, he will get to the top of the cliff at 2 p.m. At 2 p.m. So that's the tactics. So this question now is, first of all, always once you understand it, you always get the correct answer. First of all, get the rate at that thing is happening. When you get the rate at it is happening, then you can now use the rate to get whatever they want you to get. Either you get the time or whatever parameter they are using to set the question. So it is very self-explanatory and it is very cheap, very easy.